when you're not the expert in your organization, how do you know when something is off? So let me share with you an experience that I had one time. And so I was a new leader, and I had a tenured senior analyst try to convince me that they were spending 80 hours reading documentation to produce one assessment. Of course, this caused me to pause. 80 hours is a long time to work on your own to complete a single assessment with no checkpoints. And so when I started asking questions to understand more about what they were doing and the process they were following, the help me understand, they struggled to communicate what they were doing in the 80 hours. And they even played the card, you don't have expertise in this area, you won't understand. I might not have subject matter expertise. However, I still fall back on the fact that 80 hours is a really long time to work on your own to complete a single assessment with no progress checkpoints. And honestly, are all assessments equal? Does every assessment warrants 80 hours of time being invested in them? So, ultimately we determined that they don't. They're not all equal, and we established criteria for the assessments, and we were able to shave off like 80% of the time that we were spending on assessments. So don't always feel like just because you're not the subject matter expert in your organization, ask those questions and dig in, because sometimes there's some things happening where people have been doing it for a long time and don't want to have the status quo challenged.